Hi, I'm Diane Kometa, and today on Dishin with Di, I'm going to show you how to make my grilled lamb chops. These are crispy on the outside and they have a lot of flavor, and they remind me of the lamb chops my mom used to make. So let me show you what you need and we'll get started on Dishin with Di. You need some fresh rib lamb chops, a red onion that's been finely minced, some fresh garlic, and some honey. You also need some grapeseed oil or a vegetable oil, salt and pepper. I also have a fresh lemon here we're going to use for the juice, and some fresh thyme, and I also have some fresh rosemary. And I just want to show you real quick, when you buy thyme, it comes on a stem. It sort of looks like this, and you don't want to use the stem. It's kind of woody. So what you basically do is you take them and you take the leaves and you just kind of run them backwards, and they come right off of the stem like that. And the same thing with the rosemary. So you don't want to use the stem of the rosemary. You just take your fingers and you slide them down, and the rosemary comes right off the stem. So I'm going to just chop this until it's very finely minced, and I'm going to do the same thing with my garlic, and then we're going to put the marinade together. Okay, there's my garlic. That's nice and finely minced. And over here is my rosemary and my thyme. You can't even tell the difference anymore. It's all kind of blended together, and you want it nice and finely minced like that. So I'm just going to take all these herbs and get, like, a medium-sized bowl like this, and we're just going to be mixing things together. And this is going to add a lot of flavor to the lamb chops. And I'm going to add the juice of some of this lemon into this bowl here. And we're going to be using this, to help get the flavors to penetrate into the meat. I feel like the lemon kind of just pushes things forward. It has that freshness that just makes things pop. And that's what I like about it in this recipe. So we're just going to add that in, along with this minced red onion. And this is very finely chopped, and that's gonna coat the meat as well. But when it mixes all together and it's on the meat, it's just gonna taste delicious. So we have those, and then we're gonna add a little hint of sweetness with this honey. The honey is just going to add a little sweetness, and that's going to, also help to get the meat a little bit caramelized. So that's going to be really good in there too. Now I'm using some grapeseed oil today rather than using olive oil, because we're going to be cooking these. We're actually cooking them on a grill pan. I'm not taking them outside today, but you can do it outside on your grill. But I'm going to cook it on the grill pan, and it's going to be at a high heat, and olive oil is not the best for high heat. So grapeseed oil is good, or if you have canola or vegetable oil, that'll be nice as well. So into this, we're also going to add some freshly ground black pepper and some kosher salt, or you could use sea salt if you want. You just don't want to use table salt. So just a good amount of that. Want to make sure it gets seasoned, and just add a little bit of this grapeseed oil or vegetable oil in there, and that's going to help coat things. And now I'm just going to mix this together and put some on each lamb chop. Just kind of massage them and get it all over. Now you could go ahead and put this into a Ziploc bag if you want to, but I don't always like to do that. I don't really feel like wasting all those bags, so I'm just putting it in here and just going to coat them really well, and then I'm going to cover this with plastic wrap and just let this sit out on my counter until they come up to room temperature, and that'll be about an hour. So after that's done, then we'll get over to the stove and get it started. I have my cast iron grill pan heating up, and it's over medium-high heat, and I'm placing in my lamb chops. It's important to get the pan nice and hot, because you want to get those chops nice and seared on the bottom. So I lightly greased it with some grapeseed oil. You could also use vegetable oil. And these are going to cook on one side for about 3 to 4 minutes. And then I'm going to turn them over and get them nice and golden on the other side. And it's going to depend how long you cook them, according to whether you want them medium rare or you want them well done, whatever your desired doneness is. So I'm gonna let these cook and then I'll show you what they look like when they're done. My lamb chops are done and they're beautifully seared and they're nice and juicy inside, and this is how I like to serve it. It looks absolutely gorgeous. And now let's dig into this. Look at that. This is a really thick one, so let's give a cut in. I let this rest for a good 5 minutes. And this should be about medium rare. Look at that. That looks delicious. Nice and juicy. Maybe medium rare. So juicy. All the flavors come together. It's just nice and smooth. You get the rosemary in there and the thyme. I'm telling you, it just blends together beautifully. If you have thicker lamb chops, just be careful and make sure that when you flip them over, you reduce the heat a little bit. Otherwise, they're going to burn on the outside and they'll be raw on the inside. And make sure when they're done, you let them rest for at least 5 minutes before you cut into them. The recipe is on my website, dishinwithdi.com, and don't forget to subscribe. I'd love to have you. I look forward to seeing you next time, and I hope I made your life a little easier, more enjoyable, and delicious.